Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. And if you're new, welcome, welcome. So, today we are going to do a recap and a review of Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 5, titled The Main Event, MANE. So, if you remember last episode 4, we left off where um, Glen found out that his grandmother had been rushed to the hospital and he needed to go to Tisha to talk about it because he needed Tisha to be there for him. So we left it at that's where we left off with last episode, but we're opening up this episode with Latrice and Selena, who is JJ's ex-wife. They are meeting up to go dress shopping because we have the event that Latrice is doing to premiere her wig line. So they're meeting up to go dress shopping, and they're also meeting up to talk about what happened at the baby shower with So Gucci. So Latrice is trying to find out from Selena, how is co-parenting or co-grandparenting going on? And Selena was like, there's always tension there between us for whatever reason. And Latrice was like, well, maybe she knows that JJ is still in love with his ex-wife, who is Selena. So maybe that's what it is. And then they were also talking about shading, I should say. Not even talking about, but throwing shade about how So Gucci is considering herself the number one retailer in Jackson. And Selena was like, never that. She barely sells one or two properties. She's like, there are other retailers who are doing better than her in Jackson, including my own daughter. So I'm like, oh my God, that is shade being thrown. So that's where we left the two, dress shopping and gossiping and talking about people. Now the next scene, we have Letecia and Glen. They're going to go visit their grandma, his grandma, who is at home in hospice care at home. So as you guys know, if you're in hospice care, they just make you real comfortable until you go on to the other side. So we spent a little bit of time there. We're not going to delve too much into it because in my opinion, I felt that we didn't need to see that portion of it. I mean, yes, the show is about, their real lives and stuff like that, but we didn't need to see grandma going through all of that. And I don't think they should have filmed that at all. And that's my opinion. I'm allowed to give my opinion. That's my personal opinion. So we're going to leave that there. Now we have Marie at home, and Letecia comes over to visit and to give her some toys. Seemed like Josh has outgrown some of his toys, and as we know, Marie she have her sons, her little sons, and her grandsons that she's taking care of. So Letecia figured these gently used toys that Marie could use, so she brought it over. But that wasn't her real reason to come over. She came over to talk about what happened with Glen at the apartment where she was trying to rent, and Glen just popped up like, hey, what's going on here? And they talked about that Marie was giving Letecia her own experience about, how she just got tired of her ex-husband trying to make it seem like she was the one cheating, like accusing her of things when he was doing what he does. And that's usually what they do, guys. They tell you, if you leave the house or whatever, if you're looking a little bit extra special or whatever, you're seeing somebody else on the side. And I've experienced it where they're like, okay, you must be seeing somebody outside and whatever. And when it turned out they were the one that was cheating. So Marie was telling her, that's the experience, and it took her a while to leave her husband, but eventually she did. So she's giving Letecia, a word of encouragement by telling her her story of what she went through. So Letecia was like, all right, girl, I'm going to set you up on a date. I'm going to set you up on a blind date, and we're going to give you a new name. Because we're going to call you Anna. Because if we tell them your real name, then they're going to go Google you, which is what people do nowadays as well. They're going to Google you and see that you are a wealthy woman, and we don't want nobody coming at you for, trying to just get into your pockets or try to get a bag or whatever, or however she said it. So Marie was like, okay. She's like, once I could get past their teeth, I'm okay. She's like, I like professional men. I like men who are polished. And sometimes they got that one tooth missing on the side. Girl, I can't do it. So she was like, don't worry about it. I'm going to set you up with somebody good. So Marie was like, okay, I'm going to trust you, but let's see what you bring forward. So that was Marie's and Leticia's meeting. Now we have Latrice, and she's showing her friend, I believe her name is Mandy. I didn't really catch her name. She's showing her friend Mandy the new spot that she bought that so Gucci didn't sell her, that she went with another realtor, and so Gucci is pissed off about. So she's showing Mandy the spot, and she was just, she has a mock-up of what she wants it to look like when she's done. She's like, we're gonna have red doors, which I think is really nice. I'm gonna knock out this wall and put in some big bay windows. And they're opening a complex. They're building a complex across the street. So I know that the business is gonna come once the complex is up. So they were talking, and she was like, her friend asked her, so how does Cliff feel about it? She's like, well, Cliff needs to understand that this is, my project. And at that same time, Cliff walked in the room, and Latrice was like, hey, Cliff, hey, honey. I was just telling her about what's going on. He's like, yeah, I heard y'all talking about me. I'm telling you, that man is so He's so paranoid. What's up with his self-esteem? Why is he always popping up on Latrice and thinking she's talking about him? I don't think Cliff really feels the love from Latrice, and he thinks that she's eventually gonna get up and leave him, which I don't think that's the case. I mean, she seems to love her Cliffy. So why is he behaving this way? So she was like, no, I was just telling her about the suites that are going to be up top, and, how things are going to be. He was like, I've been trying to get you a building for the past 3 years, and you didn't want it. She was like, well, I didn't like the location. He's like, yeah, you just wanted to keep paying rent. I'm like, this man is so negative. I'm like, why is he being that way? And who wants to deal with that 24/7? So she was like, well, now I have the spot. I'm good. And within 6 months, I think we should be up and running. And he was like, nah, it's going to be a year. I'm like, oh my God, this is too much. Can he say anything positive at all? So the friend, they put their hands in together and like 6 months to a year. That's Cliff. I'm like, all right. So now Cliff leaves. And they left that spot. So I'm like, oh my God, this man is way, way, way too negative. All right, so the next scene now, we have Letecia and Glen. They're saying they're having date night. And Glen is saying he wants his family back. Leticia's letting him know, not because your grandma's sick, that means I'm going to come running to you and I'm going to open my arms and everything is going to be fine. She's like, I'm letting you know that we are not back together. And she goes in a confessional, and she's like, if Glen can't accept the new me, that's his problem. It seems like I've outgrown him and he's not understanding it. So he was like, well, you're not leaving the house. You can at least go and sleep in another bedroom, but I'm not allowing you to leave the house. And she's like, Glen, you cannot tell me how to grieve. We went through something traumatic. Why is it you're trying to tell me how to grieve? And he's like, well, I'm telling you, you're not going to. She's like, anyway, I've had enough of this. So she gets up and she left. And as she's walking away, he's like, yo, people get a little bit of coin and they don't know how to act. So now they continue the conversation in the parking lot. And she was like, Glen, you're telling me how to feel, how to be. That's not how it is. Yes, we've been together since high school, but I've changed, and you need to understand that I need time or whatever. And if I decide to go my way, then that's what I'm going to do. You're not going to tell me what to do anymore. And then he was like, well, you're not taking my son. And she's like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And Letecia drives away. So again, at least they're talking, at least the communication. Finally, he's going to finally have to accept that she is not that little girl anymore. She's not going to take whatever he's giving her. And, she's going to be over it in a week or so, and they're going to be back together as a couple. Glen is going to have to realize that Letecia is a different person. She's grown up, and he needs to treat her as such and have more respect for her as his wife, if she decides to stay around, as the child, as the mother of his child, and just as a woman overall. So that was Glen and Leticia's exchange. Now we have date night for Marie. Oh my God. Girl, Marie is there waiting, and the date night is at a bowling alley. And she's like, what is Letecia doing? Why are we at a bowling alley? I'm thinking we're going to go to dinner, a little, to have some food or something, have some coffee or whatever. But bowling? So she's there waiting for the guy. She's like, what type of man am I going to see? Of course, we're all waiting with her, wondering what he looked like. And then we see a guy walking in. We see him from the waist down. And then when he actually gets in there and Marie looks at him, we see he has a whole grill, a whole gold grill across this. He's smiling, cute guy. And he looks like he's a little bit younger than her. He's cute, but he got the whole grill on his whole front. And Marie's like, oh my God. Didn't she say something as long as I could get past the teeth? So Marie's like, well, how the hell is this going to go? It's okay. I got to give it to her. She could have just shut it down right then and there. But she said, you know what? I'm going to have to keep an open mind and let's get through this date. So they sit down and they're talking a little bit. But before they get into anything, Marie said, this is going to seem a little bit weird to you. First of all, she said, my name is not Anna. It's actually Marie. This is going to seem a little bit weird to you, but I need you to sign a non-disclosure agreement. I need you to sign this NDA. And he was like, what? She's like, I need to protect myself and I need to know that you won't be running your mouth about any conversations that we be having. So I'm going to need you to sign this NDA. And guess what? He signed it. He signed it. Then they started bowling. He was like, oh, first of all, his name is Deshaun. Is it Deshaun or Dewan? Dewan. And his nickname is Player. Player. So Marie's like, what kind of nickname is that? He was like, you either got to be a player or you go get played. I don't know what it is. Like, what do you like to do? He said, play video games. Marie's like, oh my God. She's like, my son and my grandkids be playing video games. I ain't got no time to raise a man. Who sang one of them songs? Can't raise a man. Who sang that song? Y'all tell me in the comments who sang that song. There's a song out there that says you can't raise a man. I think it was it Keisha Cole or something? I don't remember. But there's somebody out there that sang a song like that. So she's like, anyway, since I'm already here, let's go have some fun. She's like, I don't know how to bowl, but I'm going to need you to teach me how to bowl. So they went on and they had fun. And then she was like, well, it was really fun. You lived up to your name. It was really fun being out here with you. And we'll talk. So then she gets on and she does FaceTime with Letecia. Like, girl, what the hell you set me up with? Did you know his name is Player? Did you know he had a front? Girl, she's like, Letecia was like, girl, I wanted you to have some fun and not be so stiff. I didn't want you to give you to somebody who is like, too polished and he wouldn't have no fun. She's like, but did you have fun though? She was like, yeah, I had a good time. She was like, all right, that's all that matters. Maria's like, yes, I have fun, but you know what? You need to go back to the drawing board. I already told you what I was looking for. So go back to the drawing board and see what else you could find. So she's open to giving it another chance. But I don't know if she's going to be able to go out with somebody like Deshaun, a.k.a. Player again. But there's nothing wrong with him. He was having fun, but it just seemed like he's just having too much fun. She's like, I'm out here living my life. She's like, what do you do? I'm out here living my life and just being out there. So we still don't know what his profession is, but he just said he's having fun with life. Hey, you got to do that. So she tells her, keep trying, girl. This ain't the one. So now we have the day of the event for Latrice, her wig line release. Latrice let us know she's using a friend's salon in order to do the release because her she's in between right now. So she has her location that's being renovated, her new location, and she is back in the old location. But in that location, I think she's only doing the retail side of it because she said that when she left that the owner rented out the salon, so she's not able to get that back. But she does have the retail side where she's selling the hair. So being that she doesn't have the salon, she really doesn't have a space to do the event. So she's renting out a friend's event. Now she has her models. She said she sent out invitations to everybody, and the only person that she said she think responded was Letecia. She said everybody else liked the post. I guess she did it in an Instagram post or whatever, but they did not RSVP. But in a case like that, being one of the Belles, you all have or maybe she did a WhatsApp invitation and they liked it, because you can do that with WhatsApp now. So maybe she sent a WhatsApp invitation but nobody else responded but Letecia. So it's the day of the event. She has her models and they're all walking out, and she named each of the wig after one of the Belles, but the shade she was throwing at the ones she don't like Akeisha's wig, she called it Hattie Mae or something like that, because she said it reminds her, or Akeisha reminds her of the grandmother or the great grandmother. She calls the one that she named for So Gucci Dress for Less. So I'm like, because I guess So Gucci don't wear too much clothes when she comes out, but she's like, it's just sleek and whatever. But I'm saying the shade that girl was throwing at all of the wigs, the names that they give, like, my God, come on, Latrice, you good at what you do. You, she knows how to throw some shade. So all right, she let the ladies walk out, and she tells them that after you do your modeling, make sure that you go stand next to the Belle that your wig is named off. She's like, if they're there, then you stand next to them. If not, then it's okay. Then she tell them, go ahead, girls, go mingle and get some drinks or whatever. Now she's sitting in the chair for her to get her hair done. Her hairstylist is doing her hair, and her makeup guy is doing the makeup as well. So then the hairstylist asked her, she's like, is Josh coming? Did you give Josh the day off so that he could actually come and attend the event of the wig release? So Latrice says that that's another story. She didn't say whether she gave him the day off or not. She's like, that's another story. She's like, I was talking to Akeisha, and Akeisha tell me that Josh is telling her what's going on in my house. And after I had the conversation with Akeisha, I had to actually go in my car and cry and bawl my eyes out, because, you know, as a friend, and which is what I was talking about in the last review, is that as a friend, Josh should not have taken what was going on in Latrice's household and tell anybody. They've been friends and, you know, boss and employee for a very long time, but I think they've been friends longer than that. And I don't think he should have mentioned anything to anybody else. You're there, you keep your mouth shut, don't say nothing. Watch what's going on. Let her come and confide in you. And as a friend, you're supposed to hold that confidence dear, you know? Don't tell anybody about what's happening if she needs you. So now that he's doing that, Latrice can't come to him and confide in him and expect him to give her any advice, because now she's thinking, damn, I tell this dude something, he's gonna go tell everybody. So then the hairstylist was like, well, have you spoken to Josh about it? Latrice is like, no, because I've been so busy that I haven't. She's like, well, you need to have a conversation with him soon, because if not, you're gonna keep it bottled up, and you know, you're just gonna, you know, hurt even more, and you're gonna become more angry. So you need to have a conversation. And you know, everybody knows that, but she was like, yeah, I need to talk to him sooner than later. So now we have, you know, it's the afternoon, everything is done, Latrice is ready, and people start arriving. Akeisha with her shady ass self, I love her too, my Bronx native girl. Akeisha with her shady ass self says that, you know, she knows that Latrice closed on a new salon, and she's surprised that the event is actually happening at a friend's salon, and she's wondering when she's gonna get a chance to see the new spot. So she's there also watching everybody arrive. She sees Selena comes in, JJ's ex-wife, and she makes another comment in the confessional. She's like, I thought the ex-wife and Cliff were close, but it seems like the ex-wife and Cliff's wife are closer. So one of the producers asked her, she's like, are you saying that Latrice goes the other way? And Akeisha just look at her and blink, blink. not responding to anything. So of course you leave that open to interpretation. So I'm like, all right. So now we see Tambra arrive. We see So Gucci comes in, and So Gucci is now talking to Akeisha, and Akeisha, So Gucci's like, aren't you going over there to go talk to these ladies? She's like, girl, I ain't here for the fake ass BS, but I'm here to support. So she's like, I just came to support the Belle. This is Gucci talking. I'm here to support the Belle. We may not be getting along really well right now because remember, her and Latrice aren't on good terms because Latrice went with another realtor to purchase the building. She's like, I'm here to support the Bells. That's what I'm here for. So Gucci sees Tambra and she goes, and Tambra's like, come on over here, girl. At this point, Tambra is talking to Selena, which is JJ's ex-wife, who So Gucci is not married to, in case you didn't know. So she goes over there, she hugs Tambra, and girl, you look cute. You know how we do it. Girl, you look cute or whatever. And then So Gucci's walking away, and Selena reaches out and touches her, and she's like, come for a second. Come here for a second, Shantae. Which So Gucci don't like being called that. She wants to be called So Gucci. And she comes back over, and Selena was like, so you only see one person standing here? So Gucci was like, well, you didn't want to talk to me at the baby shower, so I figured you got beef with me. Selena was like, girl, I was running the baby shower. Didn't you see how busy I was? She was like, yeah. However, she's like, and Selena was like, why weren't you helping out? Because now this is your stepdaughter. You're supposed to jump in. And it's like, hell no, I wasn't going to help out. This is your event. You deal with it. So Gucci, that's funny. That was your event and you needed to do it. So Selena was like, what, you never help out? She's like, whatever. She's like, anyway, I'm not going to be over here talking to an extra. Oh my God. That was it. Selena was like, extra? Who the hell you calling an extra? I was married to JJ before you, and I'm his children's mother. So I don't know what you're over here talking about, so extra. And girl, that is where the episode ended. It went dark. We had Tambra saying, my God, this is escalating so fast. What am I to do? Tambra, I got to give it to Tambra. She tried. She kept complimenting, even though they were going at it. She kept complimenting So Gucci in the middle of the argument. Girl, your green outfit look good. You look so cute. I like your hair. And all the time, So Gucci and Selena going back and forth. But like I said, in all of that, it went dark. We hear glass breaking. We see Latrice coming running over like, nah, this is my event. I can't allow anything like this to go down here or whatever. So now we're in for a treat next week. We have to wait a whole week before we see what happened between So Gucci and Selena, the extra, as So Gucci calls us. But that was interesting. I didn't see JJ there. JJ's usually at every event with his wife. Why is it that he wasn't there? I didn't see Cliff there, but I'm sure he's somewhere in the background. He's always lurking to watch what Latrice is doing, as if she's doing anything. But that was the episode. So I thought that So Gucci and Selena were on decent terms based on what we saw last week at the baby shower, but it seems like they're not. Now we also have JJ and Selena's daughter who are now adults. So whose side are they going to take? Of course, they're going to take their mama's side. So we're going to see that unfold next week as well. We're going to see, I guess, Glen and trying to get his wife back. He's not going to stop. So I don't know what's coming up next week, but we do know that it popped off at the wig event. I'm wondering if, Marie is actually really going to show up, because she said she's not. It would be nice for her to come. We all know that Marie wants Latrice gone. She doesn't want her to be a Belle anymore. So I don't know if she's going to come and support her, but that's where we are with this show at this moment. So yeah, guys, that is my recap on my review of Belle Collective Season 3, Episode 5, titled The Main Event. I do thank you for watching this video / listening. And until next time, guys, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.